Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video in my IB Math series. In this video, I will be going over question 8 of the 2021 TZ1 IB exam. So the question states, to use L'Hopital's rule to find the limit as x goes to 0 of arctan 2x over tan 3x. So, because the question explicitly says to use L'Hopital's rule, then we'd better use L'Hopital's rule. First of all, when we're using L'Hopital's rule, the first thing that we're going to check is if it's in the form 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. So this is where it's very helpful to know what the graphs of arctan and tan look like. But even without having to draw the graphs, if you just plug in 0 on the top, you get arctan of 0. And the slope of tangent is 0 exactly when x is equal to 0, or the angle inside is equal to 0. And you can make the same argument that for when x is equal to 0 on the bottom, then the tangent of 0 is equal to 0. So I'm just rewriting it. So this is in the form 0 over 0, which means we can use L'Hopital's rule here. And L'Hopital's rule just states that if you take the derivative of the top and the bottom, then you get something that's equivalent to the original limit. So let's do it. Okay, so if you take the derivative of the top, then the derivative of arctan without the 2x, if we just ignore the 2x, it's 1 over 1 plus x squared, right? But because we have the 2x, we have to substitute that in as x. So for the top, it's going to be 1 over 1 plus 2x squared. And we're not done yet. We still have to multiply everything by 2 because of chain rule. The derivative of 2x is 2, and so we have to multiply that in. And so this is 2. And now on the bottom, we have tangent, or we have tan of 3x, and it's a similar story. So because the derivative of tan 3x, or just tan x, is equal to secant squared of x, we can use that. But you have to remember that there's also a 3x there. So this just becomes secant squared of 3x. And then you multiply everything by 3 because of chain rule. So if I clean this up a little bit, okay, so now the next thing you want to do after applying L'Hopital's rule is, well, Sometimes you do have to apply it again, but you have to check to see if it's actually 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, right now it doesn't really look like a fraction, but it's okay. We can plug it in and see what we get. So this is 2 over 1 plus 8 times 1 over 3. Okay, now secant of 3x. If we substitute in 0 for x, then we get secant of 0. But what is secant? Secant is actually 1 over cosine of x. So cosine of 0 is equal to 1, which means that secant of 3x is equal to 1. Oh, and I realized it's not 1 plus 8 over here. It's 1 plus 0. Yeah, because 4 times 0 is definitely not 8. Okay. So now, if we clean this up a little bit, we get 2 over 1 times 1/3, which is clearly not 0 over 0. So if we just blindly kept applying L'Hopital's rule, it wouldn't have worked out. But yeah, here the final answer is 2/3. And we are done. We have used L'Hopital's rule to evaluate this complicated looking limit. And we got the answer of 2/3. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next one.